I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. That's a site with curated information that you can watch, listen to, or read. It's going to help you find work more quickly. Now, the title of this video is a condensation of a question I received from someone. It reads, I'm going on a 5-day multi-site, multi-city interview for a job. He's one of the finalists. All day long, except when traveling on planes, I'm going to be with people from the organization. Aside from taking mental breaks, like going to the bathroom, how can I stay emotionally intelligent from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day during interviews, lunches, dinners? If I'm not being watched for so many days, my history talks about a max of 2-day interviews. So, number one is thank you. And I also want to say, I don't know the kind of work that you're going to be doing, so I'm going to try and cover some things that may not apply to this one question in order to deal with the broader audience. So if you're being toured by people, if you're being interviewed by people, is different, because I don't know if you're working in a plant and you're being interviewed by people as part of the process of being toured a facility, or you're actually going to be sitting in an interview room being grilled by a panel or by individuals. There is a difference. Now, you mentioned you're going to be traveling on a plane from time to time. I don't know how many days of travel, whether you're traveling from city to city each individual day to go to another location. If that's the case, the plane is your savior, because there you can sleep, you can meditate, you can review what you've done well, review the stories that you've told, and look for commonality of the questions. Notice commonality of the questions to see what they're really fishing for as part of the interview. Now, that's about the process of the interview. I haven't yet dealt with you in this, because you've asked, how do I stay emotionally intelligent? How do I do this? And there's no simple answer, because I don't know you. You've developed tricks over the years for doing this. You mentioned the bathroom breaks as being one thing. You've mentioned the possibility of traveling on the plane. I don't know if you meditate. A 2-minute meditation goes a long way toward regaining your balance. A moment of reflection. You mentioned meal breaks. Well, for some people, they get recharged in conversations with others. So if you're chatting with someone and it's not ostensibly about work, but you're asking them questions and you're just listening, you can ask them questions about their role in the organization, what they like working there, what this one is like to work for, what your predecessor had done well. Never ask the negative question. Let that come up and you're questioning during the conversation with them. But ask people who tour you, because some people get charged by connection with other people. I don't know if that's you. But in the scenario where you're describing a 5-day multi-site city interview for a job, one of the places that, frankly, you can recharge, as I mentioned before, is travel. But assuming that you're an introvert, because I want to address that, I've generally given extrovert answers. That is, people who find it easy to socialize. For an introvert, you're going to have to live on adrenaline, just like the extrovert will. And I want to be clear, I'm not saying caffeine. I'm saying adrenaline. You're going to have to live on that bottle of water that you're going to walk around with all day long. Drink. Keep yourself hydrated, because the stress is going to dehydrate you. You want to think in terms of how do you protect yourself physically in order to make sure that you're mentally prepared to deliver the goods. Because it's 5 days. And I don't want to over-dramatize that, because you've already over-dramatized it. Your focus is one meeting at a time. I remember Muhammad Ali used to talk about what he would do to trick fight judges into awarding him rounds. And what he said was, I always started with a flurry at the beginning. I started aggressively at the beginning. The middle of the round, I might loaf a little bit. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. But the end of the round, he would be very aggressive as well, because you want to create a strong first impression and a strong closing impression. And he was less concerned about the middle. For you, you want to be in that same boat as well. You want to be performing at a high level at the beginning of each interview and at the end of each interview. And I'm not saying to loaf, but your greatest impression has to be about the connection at the beginning and at the end. So I hope you found this helpful. For those of you who are interested in my coaching you, reach out to me at Jeff Altman at The Big Game Hunter, or better yet, visit my website, thebiggamehunter.us. Reach out to me there. I look forward to helping you. And I hope you have a great day. Take care.